Good morning, everyone. How's it going? I hope you had a great turkey day. I'm headed to work. It's a cardinal sin to work today, but my coworker conveniently needed me to cover her. So I hope you're watching because that's effed up. But how was your turkey day? If you even celebrate, a lot of people are like, oh, it's for the indigenous people, and we all know the history. The history's pretty messed up, and it's like we know that, but let's be real. America's so fat that we're like, you know what? Forget about the history. We want to eat, so we just made it about eating. I had my Thanksgiving was basic. I had a hamburger salad. If you don't know what hamburger salad is, it's pretty much a hamburger struggle meal. I didn't have a bun, and I had a bunch of lettuce that I got from Costco. And if you know Costco, that's like you get so much stuff. I buy all this stuff and I don't even eat it. So then I made hamburger patties. As you know, my oven is down. So I just have the air fryer. You can only make like 7 things in the air fryer, and I didn't have any chicken. You got to thaw chicken for a long time. And so I had this ground turkey that I put out the day before. I was too lazy to do the day before. The day before I was so hungry, but I was like, I don't feel like doing this air fryer stuff because contrary to popular belief, the air fryer takes a pretty long time. The people like it because you don't have to clean up as much, but it just takes so long to cook. You're just like, and you can't really walk away because if you fall asleep, take a nap, you'll burn your shit up. You'll burn the whole damn house down, So long story short, I made these turkey burgers. And if you know turkey burgers, they're not even as good as beef burgers. So anyways, I made these turkey burgers in the air fryer, and then I put some cheese, and then I didn't have any tomato, and I just put a little bit of onion, and then I made kind of like Big Mac sauce. I had relish, a little bit. I was struggling with the ketchup. I had a little bit of ketchup and then mayonnaise, and that was my little sauce, and it was pretty good. I ate it twice. I made enough to eat it twice, but I was, at the end of the night, I kept looking. I was like being so creepy last night. I looked at everybody's page. I was looking at everybody's plates, mac and cheese, all their turkeys. I felt like I was going to eat the screen. It was sad last night, and it's my fault that I stayed home because, I just put lip gloss. Don't think I'm tweaking. I'm just kidding. I haven't had coffee in like 2 or 3 days, so I'm about to go get some coffee. But I got a few offers to go places. Like my aunt invited me to go to my family's house, and then my cousin invited me to go eat some vegan food, and I was like, I like vegan food, but I don't know about a vegan Thanksgiving, and I hope you're not watching, cousin, but I was like, I don't know, because I can't lie. Like my face, I'm a really, as you can see, I'm plump. I'm pleasantly plump. And if you know that I like food, don't invite me to a vegan restaurant on Thanksgiving. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, cousin. She was being nice. She was being kind. I wish I would have gone because I love my little cousin Morgan. But I was like, I don't know. I don't want to be more depressed on Thanksgiving, and I can't. My facial expression shows that I just can't lie about it. I'll be like, oh yeah, it's good, and then it'll probably be like $40. A bitch ain't got it, all right. But anyways, yeah, you know what? I was kind of down yesterday. I'm gonna be honest. I noticed that this is starting to be my journal. I'm just telling you guys what's on my mind, but I was kind of down this whole weekend. I got some bad news. I keep getting this bad news. You know what I mean? Like I keep shooting my shot for shit, and then I keep getting it keeps bouncing back, and I'm like, well, damn, I could get so depressed about it, but then I'm like, I believe in God. I'm like, well, this is God's plan. Sometimes God's like, look, you don't need to be going that way. Whether it be a job, a relationship, or anything, sometimes God is like, I don't know, you shouldn't go in that direction. I'm trying to block you, even though you keep pushing and pushing and pushing for it, and he keeps pulling you back. And I'm like, well, it's not me, because I know I'm fabulous, I know I'm a good person, and I know I have good intentions in this life. So I'm like, well, why isn't shit happening? And then I realized, okay, well, it has to be just God saying you need to change your circumstances. You need to change what you're getting into. You need to change your surroundings, and just, you need to be around just positivity. And whatever I'm doing, I need to reevaluate it, because sorry, I have to make a stop, that's why I'm pulling over. But I feel like God is like, you need to reevaluate your circumstances and figure out why your blessings are almost being blocked, and that's what I have to do. Like, I have to really, December's coming up, it's going to be the beginning of the year again, and I'm like, damn, like, I'm reflecting on my whole year, and I'm like, what did I get accomplished? And I try not to be too hard on myself, because I don't know if you guys know this guy named Gary Vee. I told you guys that I like to make my list for the month before, if you watch the videos. And this guy, Gary Vee, he's an entrepreneur. He's a rich guy, motivational speaker. I like him, but sometimes he's a little too much, and he's a little extra. And so he was like, I fucking hate lists. He's like, lists are bullshit. He's like, you need to do. And a lot of people in the comments are like, well, I like my list because it shows me what I need to do. And I'm the same way. Like, I like a good list, but he's kind of right too. He kind of exposed me, because I'm like, I write lists all the time, but do they get done? You know what I mean? And it's like, it's 50-50. But I almost feel like if you write a list of 5 things that you need to do on like, let's say for the week, and if you get 3 done, okay, you accomplished something, because you're doing 3 more things than last week. And it's like, well, yeah, you want to strive for the 5, but it's kind of like you're taking a little bit of a step. I did therapy before, and my therapist was like, well, okay, let's say you want to, she's like, what are your goals? And I would say, well, I want to like eat right and work out. And she's like, well, what's your goal? I said, well, I want to work out 5 days a week. And she's like, well, how many days do you work out now? And I was like, well, 0. And she's like, well, why would you go from 0 to 5? I'm like, I need to call this bitch again, because she was pretty good, but it was so expensive. Therapy, people want to talk about, oh, therapy, go to therapy. That shit is expensive. I have top tier sorry, I was about to say something else. I have top tier insurance with my job. I have PPO. PPO is like, I could just go, I want you. I'm like Oprah at the doctor. I go, I want you. You could pick any doctor you want when you have PPO. But that shit, therapists are so expensive. I used to go to one before called Open Paths, and they go by your income, and you could kind of tell a white lie and say your lower income. I'm sorry, whatever. It's not good to do that, but a bitch got to do what a bitch got to do. But it was weekly therapy for like $30 or $40. But the therapists were like, they were kind of going to school. So when I tell you, I write jokes a lot. I've gone on stage before, and when I wrote a joke literally saying that my therapist, after every session, she was like, oh my gosh, oh, real? Like, she was looking at me like the bitch wanted to cry for me. And so everything I would tell her, she's like, it's not your fault. She's like, you're amazing. And it's like, you don't need a therapist like that. I don't need somebody to tell me I'm amazing. I need somebody to tell me to get your shit together. So this other therapist that I got kind of recently was very expensive, but the bitch was good. She's like, okay, well, how many days do you work out? And I said, well, 0. She's like, well, then why would you make yourself even think that you would do 5? Like, it's like going from 0 to 100 real quick, And I was like, well, shit, that's the kind of therapist you need. When you go to therapy, you kind of need to shop for them. Because another thing, I talked about this too, I wrote a joke. My therapist with Open Paths, the cheap bitch, and it's not her fault, she was going to school, but she would do the therapy because it was over Zoom. She would be on a couch, and I swear I would hear people walking in and out. I'm like, I can't have a therapist that's got roommates. That's just fucked up. You cannot be sharing spectrum and trying to tell me how to live my life. It's not gonna work. So I it's funny because I'm such a people pleaser. That's my problem. Like, we figure it out through through these two therapists that I'm a hardcore people pleaser. And I don't know when I started becoming that, because I used to just do whatever the hell I want, but I think my heart just got softer. Like, my grandmother passed away. I've been thinking about her a lot since the holidays and everything, and just family that have gone, and I'm just like, what does this life mean? And I think since she passed and other people passed in my family, my other cousin Sylvia just passed in October. I almost started crying. She just passed from cancer, and it's like, the more people pass, and then my dog, I had to put my dog Sasha down. I loved her dearly. It's just like, the more shit tugs at your heartstrings, you're just like, damn, I'm just a soft ass bitch now. Like, I can't even make people accountable. That's how of a people pleaser I am. And it's like, because I just always see everybody. I'm just like, we're all just children in our mind, body, and soul. So I can't be hard on you. But sometimes you gotta set the boundary. But anyways, I'm rambling. But you need a good therapist. You need to shop for them. And so this other therapist that I had, I wanted to break it with her so bad because she sucked. Every week she just like, oh yeah, she would just coddle me too much, and she never really gave me any really constructive criticism. She was just saying, it's okay. It's okay if you don't work out. Like, it's okay if you don't do this. It's okay if you don't achieve your goals. It's like, well, no, I need somebody to say, get your shit together, but in a gentle way. So long story short, I wanted to break up with her for the longest time, but I'm a people pleaser. So every week I was just like, this bitch sucks. Like, I would go talk to her, and I'm just looking at her eyes, and I'm like, this bitch hasn't gone through shit. I'm like, like, you need a therapist that at least been through the mud a little bit, because I'm telling you, what I told her, and I didn't even tell her any crazy stuff. She was just like, her mind was blown. She's like, oh my God, people are living like this in the trenches. I can't believe it. Like, she looked so distraught when I would tell her shit. I don't know. Anyways, and I kept wanting to break up with her. And then one day she goes, well, I got to tell you something. If you didn't guess, she was a white lady. I'm not being racist, but she was a white lady. But she goes, well, I got to tell you something. I go, what? And she goes, we only have 3 more sessions left. I'm moving on beyond open pass. And when I tell you, like I said, my face can't lie. I was like, oh, I'm so sad, but I'm so happy for you. I was so happy to get this bitch out of my life. It's sad because I should have had the balls or the huevos to tell her that this just wasn't working, but I couldn't break her heart. And it's like, what is it to her? What is it to me? It doesn't matter. And she's like, well, when I move on, I'm going to go to this other clinic. We could keep in touch, and I can take you as a client. I go, oh yeah, we'll keep in touch. I haven't talked to the bitch since, and that's messed up. But it's like, we're not friends, like, she was not, I was paying her and she wasn't, adding value to my life. So anyways, I was going to talk about something else, but other stuff came to mind. I just hope you're thankful. My point to all of this is, I had a bad weekend, not a bad Thanksgiving, because I woke up, I'm alive, but I just didn't have all the bomb food and everything. But it's just food at the end of the day. As you can see, I need to lose weight anyways. But, I was just in my bed yesterday, and I'm like, shit's gotta change. Things have to change, and, things will keep piling up, and it's just life. I can't reiterate that enough. Life is going to keep happening, but it's just up to us to change it. There's no other magic formula. We can pray all we want, we can meditate, chant, do whatever, but we gotta move shit. We gotta take people out of our lives, add people to our lives, love people, shove people away. Whatever we have to do to get our shit together, that's what we gotta do. And so going into the next month, we're gonna get our shit together. I'm so tired of being down bad. I'm so tired. So if you're tired, I sound like I'm about to sell something. If you're tired, call 1-800-444. Anyways, you guys, I'm losing it. I'm about to go get some coffee. I love you guys if you're watching. I really appreciate the support. This video is very long right now. I really appreciate the support. Even, you know, I don't have a gang of views, but the people that are watching or commenting or even just watching once, I really truly appreciate it, because this is just my life and I'm going to keep experimenting and we'll see where this channel goes. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, put a heart emoji, whatever you have to do to support. I really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys later. I'll probably do another video later. Okay, have a great day. Later.